Grandma's hands clapped in church on Sunday morning. Grandma's hands played the tambourine so well. Oh, Grandma's hands used to issue out a warning. She said, Billy, don't you run so fast. Might fall on a piece of glass. Might be snakes out there in that grass. Grandma's hands. Grandma's hands soothe the local hungry mother. Grandma's hands used to ache sometimes and swell. Oh, Grandma's hands used to issue I can tell. She said, baby, Grandma understands that you really love that man. Put yourself in Jesus' hands. Grandma's hands. Grandma's hands used to hand me a piece of candy. Grandma's hands picked me up each time I fell. Oh, Grandma's hands, boy, they really came in handy. She said, Maddie, don't you whip that boy. What you want to spank him for? He didn't drop no apple core, but I don't have Grandma anymore. If I get to heaven, I'll look for Grandma's hands. Welcome to Take 5 with GPS, and happy Mother's Day indeed to all the moms out there and those who've been like mothers to us. That was a little Bill Withers, Grandma's Hands. My dad's been asking for that for a while, and so I thought today was the day that I would share it in honor of the mothers in my life, my grandmothers Cora Bell Schultz and Josie Martin, my mom Betty Schultz, Pat Bonacker, who's like a mom to me, and my choir director in high school, and all the Schultzes and Martins. So I've got so many wonderful aunts in the family there, and cousins who are mothers in the family there. So I want to say happy Mother's Day to all the Schultzes and the Martins out there, but especially to Barbara Ann Schultz, because Akila, my cousin Akila, wanted me to mention my Aunt Barbara, and my Aunt Eileen Rooks, who's no longer with us. My cousin Floretta wanted us to mention her today specifically as well. So on my wife's side, you see Michelle here. Happy Mother's Day, dear. Thanks for holding the sign, the kids. Linda, my mother-in-law, and Margaret, my grandmother-in-law. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. And then Barbara, Aunt Barbara wanted us to recognize Margaret also there. So happy Mother's Day from the Schultzes. That's our side of the family tribute today. What we're going to do is really special because it's not just about us, it's about you. I have some names that were submitted in advance, and I'm going to share those in a couple of segments. But if you type in right now on YouTube or on Facebook a name, one name of a mother or someone who's like a mother to you, you want us to recognize, I'll do my very best to recognize them on air today before we leave. So to help us with that, we're going to sing a song together that was suggested by someone, and I thought, oh, this is a great song. So Margaret, thank you for that suggestion. And so this is from Margaret out in Atlanta, Georgia. Margaret wants to recognize Lois and Dot and her family, thanking them for Happy Mother's Day. So you know this song. The words may be different because there's so many variations to it. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, oh, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, oh, in the sky. Sing with me. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, oh, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, oh, in the sky. We're going to come back to that and keep throwing that refrain and some verses in. Kathy Lafayette wants to recognize Jackie. That was just typed in, so I can do it on the air in the moment. Yesterday, Audrine wants to recognize her mom, Florence. And Deidre, my friend Deidre down in Georgia, wants to recognize her mom, Ann Welton, but also Gail McDaniel, PJ Scafidi, and Sarah Bullocken. Let's see, Susan, who's become one of our listeners, Susan in Plymouth, wants to recognize her mom, Audrey, and all of her aunts, but particularly her aunt Leonora, or Lenora, I hope I said that right. Paula, who's been one of our regular listeners, wants to recognize Marilyn. And then former choir member Joan, who's out in California now. Hi, Joan, wants to recognize Darlene. So let's sing a little more. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, oh, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, oh, in the sky. Here's a verse. I was singing with my mothers. I was singing with my friends. And we all can sing together, 'cause the circle never ends. Oh, will the circle be unbroken by and by, oh, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, oh, in the sky. Deborah, my good friend Deborah, who is a choir and music teacher here in Minnesota, not too far from us, recognizes Alice, Liz, Sandy, Diane, and Virginia. And then Laurie from down in Georgia. Laurie Bunn wants to recognize LaVon and Beth, her mother and her mother-in-law. Mike La, who's one of our regular listeners and also a Vocal Essence singer, wants to recognize his mother, Loretta, and also his mother-in-law, Lena, Giuseppe's mother, Lena. And then Jim Vickerman, one of our longtime chorus members of Vocal Essence, sent a note yesterday recognizing her mother, Jackie. Hi, Jackie. And Lou Horner. Lou wants to recognize Dr. Sherry Brown, who encouraged her in college to pursue her dreams and to live an amazing life. And then Sarah Hoffman wants to recognize Joanne, her mother, and Gwen, her sister. Oh, will the circle be unbroken by and by, oh, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, oh, in the sky. I was singing with my sisters. I was singing with my friends. And we all can sing together, 'cause the circle never ends. Sing with me. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, oh, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, oh, in the sky. Our friend Robin Lorenzen, who is St. Paul Public Schools, recognizes her 93-year-old mother, Ruth Ann. Emily Feld, who's a wonderful composer, not too far from us, wants to recognize her mom, Kirsten. And then Paula gave me a few more names, came back with Shelley, Bethany, Sarah, and Kathleen. You got one more chance to get them in here. I'm going to sing you another verse and refrain of Will the Circle. I was born down in the valley where the sun refused to shine. But I'm climbing up to the highland, gonna make that mountain mine. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, oh, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, oh, in the sky. I love that song. There's so many variations of the verses there. But what I love about this verse here, these verses that I chose today, was talking about, our moms, our sisters. But that last verse, that helps us through today. We may be in a valley right now. The sun may not be seeming to come out, but it is out. There is still this great creative spirit that's moving in all of our lives. And we are going to make that mountain ours, and we are going to rise above and beyond this pandemic. And Jane Mortensen got in Jean and Sally at the last second there. So I want to recognize Jean and Sally. Also, Happy Mother's Day again to all you moms out there. Enjoy a good meal. I got dressed up today. I'm even wearing pants and everything. I couldn't do the birthday brunch, but we're gonna cook here and have a great time at home. I hope you do the same. Call your mom. Call those mothers to you. Tell them Happy Mother's Day, everybody. See you tomorrow. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, oh by and